Okay, there it goes. You settle your little ass down. Anyway, this is the deck profile video of my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, which after I bought 3 copies of the structure deck that came out last year, I took and upgraded it with some of the cards that came in there. And including one card that I pulled from a set that came out later on, which you'll see that later. Also, I've been meaning to make this video and post it, but I just kept putting it off and putting it off, and well, now it's the very next year later, but I mean, I'm getting around to it now. So anyways, let's start off with this. I used 2 copies of Master with Eyes of Blue, 2 copies of Protector with Eyes of Blue, 3 copies of Sage with Eyes of Blue, 2 copies of Priestess with Eyes of Blue, 2 copies of Medium White. I use 2 copies of Dictator D because that's all I have. So I don't have any more of that. And 3 copies of Neo Kaiser Seahorse. I only have 1 copy of the Whitestone Legends, so that's all I use, and I think that's really all I need of it, because honestly, this one's actually superior to that one. The Whitestone of Ancients, which I use 3 copies of. Now getting into these guys. Use 1 copy of... Okay, why is that going blurry all of a sudden? Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. Oh yeah, I know, because this fucker right here won't leave the damn table alone. I swear someone gave my kitten speed or cocaine something, because he's going absolutely crazy right now. You could probably hear him in the background. Anyway, 1 copy of Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon, 1 copy of Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, 2 copies of Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, then 3 copies of regular Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now, as for like non-Blue Eyes stuff, I used 2 copies of Nibiru, the Primal Being, 2 copies of Effect Veiler, and 3 copies of Ash Blossom, Enjoy the Spring. Okay, you really need to settle your little ass down. Holy shit. Anyway, now for the spells, which there's quite a bit of. 1 copy of Silver's Cry, 1 copy of Dragon's Fighting Spirit, 1 copy of Beacon of White. Oh, my bad, there's 2 copies. Yeah, he's distracting me. 2 copies War of the Blue-Eyed Dragons. Jeez. Are you guys slow down or what? Or should I just call 911 right now? Anyway, 2 copies of The Melody of Awakened Dragon, 2 copies of Wishes for Eyes of Blue, 3 copies of Ultimate Fusion, 1 copy of Trade-In, 1 copy of Called by the Grave, 1 copy of Swords of Radiant Light, which is one of my staples I like to use. My own personal staples. 2 copies of Mystical Space Typhoon, which I want to find something else to put in their place eventually. Anyway, 1 copy of True Light. I was using 3, but I decided to take it down to just 1. Anyway, 1 copy of the Ultimate Creature of Destruction, 2 copies of Majesty of the White Dragon, about dragons, 1 copy of Robin Goblin, which I might take out because it's a double-edged sword. 1 copy of Mirror Force, which is my other staple. Hey, don't. He's not gonna listen. And finally, 3 copies of Infinite Permanence. Now on for the extra deck stuff. 1 copy of Blue Eyes Ultimate, 1 copy of Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, 1 copy of Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. See, I knew that was gonna happen. Hold on, Midnight. 1 copy of Dragon Master Magia, which I pulled. Still can't believe I pulled that. 2 copies of Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, 2 copies of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, 2 copies of Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, which honestly that looks awesome. It really does. 1 copy of Dinkersu. Don't know how you pronounce that. I swear Konami makes the names of some of these cards hard to pronounce on purpose, just to see if we actually can pronounce them. Anyway, 1 copy of number 38 Hope, Harbinger Dragon, Titanic Galaxy. Yeah, that's a fucking tongue twister. 1 copy of Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon, and 2 copies of Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Now, there is a reason why I don't have Chaos Form in here to bring out Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, and that is because of Ultimate Fusion. See, you don't see when you use it to fusion someone, it can be either from your hand, field, or in your graveyard. Basically, you just take and shuffle it to fuse materials back from there into the deck. So essentially, I don't really need him to be out on my field in order to use him to fusion summon with it. All I really need is for it to be my hand or my graveyard. So if I wanted, really, since he's level 8, I could just, and he's in my hand, I could just take Trade-In, pitch it to the graveyard, draw 2 cards, which I could potentially end up using or needing and then using. So it really all works for the best. And I would, talk about some combos and stuff, but given I haven't really used this deck after I upgraded it with the new cards, I'm not going to do that, but I will be using this deck soon. This video will most likely be up after I've already started using it or used it for the first time. So yeah, that's only about it. So see y'all later. Till next time.